True mental strength is the ability to feel deeply without being controlled by those feelings. It is the power to stand steady when life becomes unpredictable, unfair, or overwhelming. Most people think strength means never breaking, but real strength is learning how to bend without losing your core. From childhood, we are taught to chase comfort. We are told to avoid pain, avoid failure, avoid discomfort. But the mind does not grow in comfort. It grows in resistance. Just like muscles grow under pressure, the mind becomes strong only when it is trained to face difficulty instead of escaping it. Every challenge you avoid weakens you. Every challenge you face builds a layer of inner resilience. Mental strength begins with self-awareness. If you don't understand your own thoughts, emotions, and triggers, you will always be a prisoner of them. Most people live on autopilot, reacting instead of responding. They get angry without knowing why, anxious without understanding the root, and exhausted without realizing what drains them. The moment you start observing your thoughts instead of believing them, you take your first step toward mental power. Your mind constantly tells you stories. Some are true, most are not. I am not good enough. I will fail. People will judge me. These are not facts, they are mental habits. A mentally strong person does not accept every thought as truth. They question it, they challenge it. They replace destructive narratives with disciplined thinking. Control your inner dialogue, and you begin to control your life. Emotional regulation is the backbone of mental strength. Life will always provoke you. People will disappoint you. Situations will test you. You cannot control these events, but you can control your response. Mental strength is choosing calm over chaos, clarity over reaction. It is learning to pause before you speak, breathe before you act, and reflect before you decide. This pause is where power lives. Discipline is often misunderstood. People think discipline is punishment. In reality, discipline is self-respect. It is doing what needs to be done even when motivation disappears. Mentally strong individuals do not wait to feel inspired. They move forward despite resistance. They understand that motivation follows action, not the other way around. Each disciplined act strengthens the mind's authority over emotions. Pain is unavoidable, but suffering is optional. This does not mean ignoring pain. It means not allowing pain to define you. Mentally strong people accept pain as a teacher, not an enemy. They extract lessons instead of resentment. They don't ask, why is this happening to me? They ask, what is this trying to teach me? This shift alone transforms breakdowns into breakthroughs. Another essential pillar of mental strength is responsibility. Weak minds blame circumstances, people, and fate. Strong minds take ownership. Responsibility is power because it gives you control. When you stop blaming, you stop feeling helpless. You realize that even if you didn't create a problem, you can choose how to respond to it. That choice is where mental strength is born. Fear is not your enemy. Avoidance is. Fear is a signal that you are at the edge of growth. Mentally strong people do not eliminate fear. They walk with it. They act despite fear. Confidence is not the absence of fear. It is the belief that you can handle whatever happens. Each time you face what scares you, your mind rewires itself to become braver, calmer, and more resilient. Your environment silently shapes your mind. The people you listen to, the content you consume, and the conversations you engage in all program your mental state. A mentally strong person protects their mental space. They are selective about what they allow into their mind. They understand that negativity is contagious, and discipline and exposure is a form of self-defense. Mental strength also requires learning how to be alone. Solitude is not loneliness, it is clarity. When you are comfortable with your own company, you stop seeking validation from the world. You stop chasing approval. You start hearing your own voice more clearly. In silence, the mind resets, recalibrates, and regains balance. Strong minds are built in moments of quiet reflection. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. You do not become mentally strong in one dramatic moment. You become strong through small daily choices, choosing patience over anger, effort over excuses, honesty over comfort. These micro decisions shape your identity. Over time, your mind begins to trust you, and that trust becomes inner confidence. Letting go is another sign of mental strength. Holding on to anger, regret, or resentment drains mental energy. Strong minds know when to release what no longer serves them. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is liberation. When you let go of emotional baggage, your mind becomes lighter, clearer, and more focused on growth instead of pain. Failure is not a verdict, it is feedback. Mentally strong people don't personalize failure. They analyze it, they adjust, they improve. They understand that progress is impossible without mistakes. Each failure strengthens emotional endurance and sharpens perspective. What breaks the weak refines the strong. Mental strength is deeply connected to purpose. When you know why you are enduring hardship, the hardship becomes meaningful. Purpose gives pain direction. It gives suffering structure. A strong mind always asks, what am I building? When your actions align with your values, your mind becomes unshakable. Rest is not weakness. Recovery is strategy. Mentally strong people respect their limits. They understand that burnout weakens judgment, discipline, and emotional control. Strength includes knowing when to pause, reset, and return stronger. Balance is not the absence of ambition, it is sustainable power. Gratitude is a psychological weapon. It rewires the brain to focus on abundance instead of lack. A mentally strong person trains the mind to notice progress, lessons, and growth even in difficulty. Gratitude does not deny problems, it puts them in perspective. This perspective creates emotional stability. Mental strength is built, not inherited. It is the result of choices made repeatedly under pressure. Anyone can develop it, but few are willing to do the inner work. It requires honesty with yourself, courage to change, and patience to grow. The process is uncomfortable, but the reward is freedom. In the end, mental strength is not about dominating the world. It is about mastering yourself. When your mind is strong, circumstances lose their power over you. You become calm in chaos, steady in uncertainty, and focused in distraction. Life may not become easier, but you become stronger, and that changes everything.